Sounds like you found a way to bring your awakening into your regular life, Maria observed, without having to choose between spiritual development and practical work. That evening, Leo sat in his workshop behind the house, surrounded by the tools his grandfather had passed down to him, chisels that had shaped wood for 3 generations, measuring devices calibrated by decades of use, hard planes that still bore the old man's subtle adjustments. He picked up his grandfather's favorite chisel, feeling the smooth handle worn by countless hours of conscious use. The tool seemed to vibrate with its own subtle energy as if it retained some echo of all the careful attention that had been channeled through it over the years. Leo understood now that this was part of what his grandfather had meant about building with love. The tools themselves became sacred, though through conscious use, carrying forward the intention and skill of master craftsmen who understood their work as service to something larger than themselves. Tomorrow would bring new opportunities to apply these insights, new chances to demonstrate that construction work could be both practical and transformative, both economically viable and spiritually meaningful. The bridge between Leo's work class identity and his spiritual awakening wasn't something he needed to build. It was something he needed to recognize as having always been there in the satisfaction of work well done, in the pride of creating something useful. His grandfather had been a mystic and a craftsman, and Leo was learning to be both as well, building structures that would outlast his own lifetime while serving the countless work of consciousness evolution. Tomorrow, Leo would return to construction site and continue the patient work of building bridges, spanning the apparent gap between spiritual understanding and practical work, between individual awakening and the collective service, between the world as it was and the world as it could become. The work continued, one beam at a time, one conscious choice at a time, at the ancient craft of creating spaces where human beings could remember who they really were and what they were capable of becoming together.